Right, for your meet and greet.
Hi Tony, my name's Goulam.
Alright, how are you?
How are you, alright?
Yep. Yeah, so just take it that my licence has been checked and my eyesight's been checked, and please don't attempt to go there on the day, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah? So don't even attempt to go there, ask to see their driving licence or try to give them an eyesight test, yeah?
Oh, I didn't know you
Yeah?
should, so that's good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I haven't
just
got
don't
that in
even
my
attempt.
mind.
Yeah, because if you ask to see their driving licence and they say, oh, I've left it at home, yeah? Where do you go from there? Yeah, so my instructor who's got sick today, who's got exactly the same car as you, so I'm familiar with the controls. I've had half a dozen lessons or so, and he said today we were going to do a turn in the road.
Okay.
Yeah?
Excellent.
So he said that you'd fill in for him, so...
Okay, right.
Have you got any questions for Andy Alton?
Have you done any reversing before, Tony, in any of your lessons?
No, we've done a bit of straight reversing last week.
Okay. And where were you looking when you were doing this straight reversing? Which direction were you looking in?
The direction I was going, backwards.
Okay. And were you going really fast, or what sort of speed were you doing? Do you remember what sort of speed?
Walking pace.
Okay. And did he tell you the importance when you're obviously reversing, you're not going too fast?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to be looking at using coordination controls again, Tony.
Yeah.
So walking pace, okay.
Yeah.
And at the same time, we're going to be looking at the steering as well.
Yeah.
And we're going to use quick steering.
Yeah.
Okay. And that will help you carry out the turn in the road and help with the exercise.
Okay, right.
So if you just set yourself up as normal, please, Tony.
Okay.
Okay, and just tell me what you can see in the interior mirror there,
I
Tony.
can see the top and bottom of the back window, the edge of my head was straight to the edge of yours. And I can see 2 finger widths and a bit of sky and a bit of road and the same in that one.
Okay, excellent. So we're going to find a suitable location, Tony.
Yeah.
So when we turn out of this centre garage, I want you to move the car at an old man's walking pace, okay? And I'll tell you when to steer to the left.
Okay, right.
Is that all right?
Yep.
Excellent. So we start the car, Tony, and
we're going to turn left out of the garage.
and we're going to turn left. So nice and slowly with the foot controls, not have the clutch too high up. That's good. Okay, and just steer towards me now fully, Tony. Nice big steers, quick steering.
All right.
That's good. Okay, and we're going to turn left again, Tony. So we want to use quick steering today, Tony. It's important that we use that steering rather than any other type of steering, because it will help with the exercise and we can get more ground covered quicker. So what you want to do, Tony, is you want to use quick steering, but at the same time we want to actually turn the wheel with the pull and push technique.
Alright.
Okay, so we'll see how you get on the next one.
And we're going to turn right.
And we're going to turn right at the next one. So that's it. Quick steering then, Tony. When you're ready. That's it. So bigger movements, Tony. We're looking for these big movements rather than small movements. Okay.
And we're going to turn right, please.
So we're going to turn right.
Sorry, the road just bends right.
Why do you think it's important that we use quick steering, Tony, on this exercise?
I've never done the exercise, so I don't know really.
Okay. why do you think coordination controls and keeping the speed?
And we're going to turn right.
And we're going to turn right. Keeping the speed down. Why do you think that's important when we're going to try and attempt to turn in the road?
Well, I realised it was important when I was going backwards the other day.
Yeah. Quick steering, nice big movements of the steering wheel, Tony. Yep. So quick doesn't necessarily mean shuffling. Quick, big movements.
Right,
okay.
Yeah.
So we want quick, but at the same time we want the big movements. So we want to combine the two. Okay.
And we're going to turn right.
And we're going to turn right. That's it. That's a lot better, Tony. Going well so far, Tony.
Yeah, I'm doing well, I'm not.
Yeah. So we've turned about 10 roads, so we've done turn in the road.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll come back the way we came.
Yeah.
And we're going to take the next turn to the right.
We're going to take the next turn.
Yeah, nice try, yeah.
Anyone would think you live around here, Tony, you'd know the road.
Well, you start living in a pub like you, don't you?
It's a non-alcoholic Muslim pub. Headache. I thought I'd just mention that for the benefit of the video. People are going to think, well, I'm headbanging.
Yeah, I think people who watch these videos don't have much sympathy anyway. Probably the fact nobody watches them.
Yeah.
Apart from your wife.
Yeah.
She probably thinks he's always got a bloody headache.
Yes, they've only just started developing since I met you, Tony, funnily enough.
Your wife was having seemed to develop when you met her? Am I going to turn left?
Now we're going to turn left. The doctor's given me this medication called Stay Away from Parkenden.
And this will be a suitable road.
This will be a suitable road. So I'm just going to pull up on the left. Convenient. Nice. So let me just secure the car and turn the engine off, please, Tony. Okay, Tony. So we're gonna look at this turn in the road here. Okay.
Yep.
First thing we're gonna do is just look at the actual road that we're going to use.
Right.
So can you see that it's slightly got a camber on each side?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's got a camber on each side. So it drifts down this side, drifts down the other side. It's flat in the middle.
Right.
So the reason I'm telling you that is because that's going to be quite important in terms of what we're doing down there with the coordination of controls.
Right,
okay.
Yeah.
Now, if you just have a look at these pictures here, Tony, you wouldn't be able to do a turn in the road, which is what we're going to do today, when you've got that sign there, okay? Because it's telling you can't. It's a no U-turn.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's my theory. Yeah.
Yep. And you wouldn't be able to to do a turn in the road on a one-way street, because if you did, you'd be going in the wrong direction. You might need to do a turn in the road here, and you would be allowed to, which is a no-through road.
Oh, even one of them roads, yeah.
Yeah, excellent. So if that road ahead was closed, part of it was blocked off, or there was signs saying the road's closed, we would need to do a turn in the road. So it's important we learn that today.
Okay.
Okay. Now we're going to use something called POM today, Tony.
Oh yeah, no.
Okay. So if you picture us here at the moment, parked up.
Yeah.
This will be our angle of approach. So we're going to drive into that position there.
Yeah.
Drive back and drive forward again. Okay.
Yeah.
Now in between that, we're going to prepare the car in first gear. Here, we're going to get our biting point, because we are slightly going up the camber there. Okay, and we're going to keep our feet still. Once we've prepared the car, we're going to have a look at around us, all round picture, because it's important that we look out for these pedestrians or anyone that might be a hazard to us, or cars approaching us as well. We're also going to keep our feet still again, and we're going to look at the moving off, and we're going to use the big quick steering, and we're going to concentrate on the coordination of controls as well. Now, we will need to pick up some reference points along here, which I'll talk you through as we're doing it.
Okay.
And that's to make sure that we know when to take turns off and when to turn, and make sure we don't hit the curb in case we hit any pedestrians.
Yeah.
Okay. So, do you have any questions, Tony?
No, looking forward to trying it.
Okay, excellent. So I'll put the back, and we'll give it a go. So you're already set up. So if you just start the engine, okay, and if you just prepare the car as normal, okay. So just get that clutch down, Tony. Clutch down.
All right.
Okay. Now we need to bring the clutch up to find the biting point, but if it's too high up, so clutch down with a centimetre, Tony. So just there, that's fine. So we need to make sure that we find that biting point, but at the same time, if the clutch is too far up, okay, as soon as you release that handbrake, we're going to be flying off in that direction.
Oh, right.
And we don't want that, because we won't be able to do the exercise.
Not on Saturday, no.
No, and obviously we don't know what's around us, okay? So clutch is important. So it's important you select first gear, Tony, okay? Yeah, it is in first. Because if we were in third gear, we wouldn't have enough power to move off,
Okay.
and we'd stall.
Yeah.
And if we were in reverse and we were looking forward, we'd head backwards. And if a pedestrian came out, we'd hit the pedestrian. So we don't want that. Okay. So now I need to carry out these observations, Tony.
Right.
Okay. So if I get you to check over your right shoulder, Tony. If I get you to check right over your right shoulder, over your left shoulder, Tony.
My left shoulder.
Sorry. Check over your right shoulder, Tony, in between the.
You confused me. Do I need to check my left shoulder?
You do, yeah.
No, what am I looking at?
Right over your left shoulder, Tony.
Yeah, what am I looking
Okay,
at?
we're looking out for these pedestrians.
Oh,
Anyone
no.
that might be along the path.
No, did I?
Okay, anything in front of us?
There's a car coming.
There's a car. Just check that interior mirror while that car's doing something. Anything behind
No.
us? And just check to your right, Tony. Anything going up along the road there?
No.
No. And right over your right shoulder now, in between the head restraint and the door
right.
pillar. Anyone there? Can you just tell me what you can see
I
there?
haven't seen that skip.
Okay. Now, anyone can obviously walk past that skip and into our direction, so it is important we check those. Okay. When you release the handbrake, Tony, not just yet, when you do, okay, we're going to keep our feet still, and we're going to use big, quick steering and steer fully towards you. Okay, so steer as much as you can towards you until I tell you to stop. We're going to keep the control of the car steady, so old man's walking pace. Okay, so just have a quick glance over your right shoulder again, Tony. Anything there?
No.
And anything around us just before we move off? Okay, so if you release the handbrake and keep your feet still and look towards the right, Tony, and steer fully towards the right. Okay, big steering, Tony. That's it. Keep going. Okay, just stop. Okay, keep the car moving. Just stop there, please, Tony.
All right.
Okay, and just look over your right. Anything coming, Tony?
No.
Right over your right shoulder. Anything there?
No.
Even though going backwards. Okay, anything over to the left here?
No.
Okay, and can you just tell me where the curb cuts into the car, Tony?
It's just ahead of that door mirror.
Okay, now, that's your reference point for making sure, for knowing when we're going to take the turns off.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to pop that. We don't need the handbrake, Tony. what we're going to do is we're going to, just as you bring the brake, your foot up the brake, off the brake by a width of a coin, we're going to steer towards me as much as you can. Okay,
Yeah.
big quick steering until I tell you to stop,
Okay.
until the car moves forward, as the car's moving forward, so
width
we
of
don't
a
want to
coin
dry
off the
steer.
brake.
Sorry?
A width of a coin off the brake.
Yeah, just slightly, just until creep the car forward, just slightly.
It's not moving. Shall I take the brake off completely?
Yes, is the clutch down? Okay, that's good. So a bit more, that's good. And steer towards me, Tony.
Alright.
Keep steering, keep steering, keep steering. Just stop there, please, Tony.
Alright.
Okay, if you just select reverse gear, Tony, and just tell me where the curb cuts into the car, Tony.
Oh, you're multitasking me now.
No,
What
if
do you want
you
me to
just check where the curb cuts into the car, Tony.
do? It's just underneath the door mirror.
Okay, that's your reference point for making sure we don't hit the curb, because we might hit a pedestrian as they're walking
okay,
past.
right,
Okay,
yeah.
if you select reverse gear, Tony, it's important. Put the handbrake up. Sorry, it's important we get reverse. That's fourth gear, Tony.
All right.
Okay, because we don't want to be going forwards and looking backwards.
No,
okay,
no.
so we're going to keep your feet still, Tony. We're going to just check over our right shoulder now, Tony.
Keep your feet still.
Keep your feet. Prepare the car. Sorry, Tony.
All right.
Yep. Pop. Okay. Not too much on the clutch, Tony. So just down a centimetre. That's good. Okay. Just check over your right shoulder in between the door pillar and the head restraint, Tony. Anyone there? Any cars coming?
No.
Okay. Anything to the right? Anything coming from the right along the pavement?
Like what?
Pedestrians, Tony?
Oh no, no pedestrians, no.
Any pedestrians coming along the left?
No.
Okay, and just look over my shoulder here, Tony. Anything from the left? Any cars or pedestrians? No. Okay, any pedestrians crossing behind us, Tony? Right over your left shoulder?
No.
Okay, that's good. So you've got the car prepared. So we're going to move. We're going to, as you release the handbrake, Tony, I want you to steer towards me.
Yeah.
With big, quick steering as much as you can, and we're going to keep the car at a steady pace.
Right.
Just quick glance over your right shoulder again before we move, Tony. Okay, and we're going to look behind you because it's important we're looking in the direction we're going. Okay, so that sort of speed, steer as much as you can towards me.
Yeah.
Okay, so keep. That's good. So keep the car moving. Bring the clutch up a bit, not too much. Okay, just stop there, please, Tony. Okay, now anyone coming, Tony, from this direction here or from there? Any pedestrians or cars? Okay, I now want you to look over your right shoulder, Tony. Okay, and keep the car moving and look into the right shoulder. Okay, over your right shoulder. That's good. Keep the car moving and just stop there, please, Tony. You tell me where the curb cuts into the car, Tony.
No, it's about 4 or 5 inches along that window.
Okay, that's good. Now that's your reference point for knowing when to take the turns off, Tony.
All right.
Okay, now we're going to keep the car moving slowly backwards, same pace, okay, but we're going to steer, quick steering towards you, okay, but at the same time, I want you to just do an all-round check again, so just check towards the right. Any pedestrians coming?
No.
Anything over my shoulder, Tony, just in case, so we know if we can clear to go or not. Okay, right over your left shoulder quickly. Anything there? Any pedestrians crossing? No. Okay, that's good. So over your right shoulder again, Tony. So keep the car moving, just gently off the brake. That's good. And steer towards you, Tony. And just stop there, Tony. That's good. Okay. Now, if you just tell me where the curb cuts into the car, Tony.
Just in the corner of that window.
Okay. Now that's your reference point for knowing that we're not going to hit the curb, because we don't want to hit the curb and knock over a pedestrian. Okay. If you select first gear, Tony. Handbrake up, sorry. And prepare the car as normal. Okay, now we're just going to carry out our final observations now, Tony. Okay, before we move off. So we've got the car prepared. Look over your left shoulder, Tony. Look over your right shoulder, Tony. Anyone there?
No.
Okay, anyone coming from any pedestrians over the other side of the road?
No, can't see
Okay,
that.
just scan to the left. Anyone there?
No.
Any pedestrians crossing behind us or any cars coming?
No.
Okay, that's good. So we're now going to, as we release the handbrake, Tony, we're going to keep the car moving at old man's walking pace. But we're going to steer towards you using quick, big steering. Okay. So just release the handbrake. Just a quick look over your right shoulder and left. Anyone there, Tony?
No.
That's good. Okay. So
pedestrian coming down the pavement there now.
okay. Now he won't affect us, Tony. But what we'll do is, because he's jogging rather than walking, he's going to get here quite quickly. We'll let him go.
Oh, so he's going to affect us.
He is going to affect us because if we suddenly lose control and mount the curb, we will hit him.
Yeah, it's very hard to spot, isn't he, wearing a reflective jacket?
Yeah. So, okay, so just release the handbrake, Tony, and steer towards you, and look into the direction you're steering.
Right, I'm going to stop on the left.
And we're going to stop on the left, so I just want you to check your interior mirror left now, and pop the signal on if you need to. Okay.
How's that?
Well, if I didn't have a headache before, I've certainly got one now.
Right, so 95% there.
Okay.
Just on the reverse bit. Yeah. And you were telling me to look on my left shoulder, and I couldn't understand it because you were looking at me. Where was I looking?
The first bit over your left.
No, I was reversing when I was there, reversing back to there.
Okay.
Where was I looking?
You were looking...
Where I am now, straight at you, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah?
So not over you.
Yeah.
Okay.
You should have got me looking over my left shoulder.
Yep.
And then you started to interfere with my control of the car a bit, yeah? At one point you told me to bring the clutch up a little bit further, yeah? Yeah, the car was going at a good speed. It ain't broke up, mend it, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I
I realised that at the time.
Yeah, obviously as I get near those... On the brief, you did mention the cambers, yeah? And those cambers are going to help the car... are going to add speed to the car, aren't they? So I really want to be covering the brake.
Yeah.
Before I start coming down those cambers, yeah? That's why I braked really heavy on the... Initially when we started and drove over to this curb here, yeah?
Yeah.
And that's why I really had to jam the brake on, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah?
Okay.
A lot more relaxed than it was the other day. Yeah, so the only slight problem there was you didn't make sure I was looking over my left shoulder, which was quite important, yeah? And just a little bit of a weird instruction with the control of the car, yeah?
Uh-huh.
So you try it once more?
Yep. Okay, Tony, if you prepare the car as normal, please,
Alright.
Tony. Okay. Not too high on the clutch. That's good. So it's about right. Okay, we're just going to carry out observations, Tony. So I want you to look over your left shoulder, Tony.
Alright.
Any pedestrians there?
No.
Anyone coming?
No.
Look along the footpath.
No.
Anything there? Anything
No.
in the interior mirror? We've just got
No.
a car that's gone past. Any cars coming behind that car?
No.
No. Okay. Scan ahead, and anything to the right,
No.
Tony.
No.
Right over your right shoulder, in between the head restraint and the door pillar. What
No.
can you see, Tony?
Oh, I'm looking here, don't worry.
Oh, this is the second attempt. Yeah, okay. So that's fine. So what we're going to do, Tony, is as we're going to release the handbrake, okay, we are slightly going up the camber, okay. So keep your feet still as we go up, and we're going to steer towards you as much as you can using quick big steering. But just check over your right shoulder again, Tony. Anything coming? Any pedestrians?
No.
And over to the left
No.
as well. Anyone coming? That's good. Okay, so keep the car moving at this sort of pace. Is the wheel fully locked, Tony?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. So keep the car moving, and just stop there, please, Tony. Okay, so where does the curb cut into the car, Tony?
Oh, just ahead of that door mirror.
Okay, that's your reference point for knowing when to take turns off, Tony.
Alright.
Okay, it's important that we take those turns off. Okay, now we're just going to creep forward, but just quick all-round observations for me, please, Tony. Even though we're just going forward, just in case we've... Okay.
Can't see anybody.
Okay, that's good. So just roll the car forward slightly and steer towards me as much as you can, Tony. Just slightly off the brake, Tony,
Alright,
and steer towards me as much as you can.
Alright.
Keep steering, that's it, and just stop there, please, Tony.
Alright.
Okay, select reverse gear, Tony. Where does the curb cut into the car, Tony?
Oh, you multitasking me again. Do you want me to do a reverse gear?
No. So where does the curb cut into the car, Tony?
Oh, just on that door mirror.
Okay, that's your reference point for making sure we don't hit the curb.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we could hit a pedestrian, Tony. Okay, so if you select reverse gear, it's important you get reverse.
Alright, yeah.
Okay, so
Oh, yeah, so I don't want to go forward and I'm looking back.
yeah, excellent. And just prepare the car as normal, Tony.
Alright, yeah.
Okay, so I want you to look over your right shoulder, Tony, in between the door pillar and head restraint.
Yeah.
Anyone there?
No.
Any pedestrians?
No.
Any pedestrians cutting in front of us, walking in front of us, Tony?
Oh, no.
Okay,
no,
and then
no.
just scan behind this side. Anything there, Tony?
No.
Okay, and look over your left shoulder, Tony. That's good. Anyone there? Any
No.
pedestrians? Any
No.
cars? Okay, so I want you to keep your feet still, keep the car moving at an old man's walking pace, release the handbrake and steer
Right.
towards me fully, Tony, as much as you can. Right over your left shoulder,
Right.
Tony. Right over your left shoulder.
Alright, yeah.
That's good. Keep the car moving, Tony. And look over to your right. Anyone there?
No.
Okay, through the head restraint and the door pillar, Tony, now. I want you to keep the
Alright.
car moving and keep an eye on making sure there's no pedestrians there. And just stop there, please, for me,
Alright.
Tony. Cover the brake, because we're going downhill now. Okay. Now, where does the curb cut into the car, Tony?
Oh, just about the same place as earlier, about 4
Okay.
inches along that door.
Excellent. So that's your reference point for knowing when to take turns
Oh,
off.
okay, right, yeah.
So we're now just going to do our quick check to the left and right, Tony. Keep your feet still.
All right. Yeah.
Okay. Anyone there? Any pedestrians crossing?
No, I can't see anyone.
Okay. Look over your right shoulder again. Yeah. Okay, and just come off the brake slightly.
All right.
Okay, and steer towards you as much as you can.
All right.
And stop there, please, Tony.
Right.
Okay, where does the curb cut into the car now, Tony?
Oh, same place the last time, it's the corner of that window.
Okay, now that's your reference point for knowing that we're not going to hit the curb. Because if we hit the curb and there's a pedestrian behind us, we would hit them.
Oh,
okay,
right, yeah.
So if you select first gear now, Tony, and prepare the car as normal. Is that in first, Tony?
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. It's important we get first, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, just check over your left shoulder, Tony. Right over your left shoulder. Anyone there?
No.
Any pedestrians behind me? Any cars
No.
coming?
No.
Anything to the right in front of you?
No.
Any pedestrians waiting to cross?
No.
And any cars from the... And look over your right shoulder in between the door pillar and head restraint. Anyone there, Tony?
No.
Okay, we're going to move the car slightly. Sorry, I should have told you to get the handbrake on. So if you put the handbrake on, and we're going to move the car slightly, Tony. Just a quick check over the left shoulder in case there's any cars now coming because we're in their lane.
Oh, left. Down the road, you mean?
Yeah, sorry, down the road, yeah.
Nobody there.
Anyone to the right, Tony?
No.
Okay. As you come off the handbrake, Tony, just steer towards you and look into the
Right,
direction
yeah.
which you're steering.
Yeah.
Okay.
we're
And
gonna
steer
stop on the
towards you,
left.
and we're going to stop on the left. Just check your interior mirror and
Right,
left
yeah.
mirror, Tony,
Yeah.
and we don't need a signal. And just stop in a safe, convenient place.
That was it.
Yeah,
Very good.
I think so. Yeah.
Very good. The first one was very good. But I couldn't let you wait with the first one because the observations going back was very important, and you were looking straight at me.
Yeah.
And you should have twigged it straight away, yeah?
Yeah.
That was good. You nailed it there, yeah?
Okay.
You had me looking everywhere, yeah?
Yep.
And that's, and if I'm not looking behind me, tell me, yeah? Come on, look behind me.
Yep.
Look behind you, yeah? Otherwise you're going to end up, squashing the pedestrian. Feel a bit better about it now?
Yeah, feel better. I
That's
like
what's
the turn in the road.
Yeah.
I've always
Oh my
liked them.
God! Can I have that in writing, please?
Yeah.
Can I post the video of the one we done the other day? Then?
I think that got wiped by someone.
The one we had a rope tied around your neck and you were trying to commit
I
suicide.
don't know
and I
how we
saved your
lost
life.
that. The video just turned itself off. Not
That's
quite
good.
sure.
That was good. That was good.
Okay.
Any
Excellent.
questions on that?
No,
Yeah.
no. I think I got the hang of it.
Yeah. So obviously, the difference between today and the other day, apart from the fact that you handled the manoeuvre up better, we didn't have any cars come, and I didn't plan that. I thought we would have cars come up and down this road.
Mm-hmm.
So if a car had come from the right into the left, how would you have handled it?
So, if we were in our first turn and we were over there and the car came from that side and the other side and we
Yeah.
were facing that way,
Yeah.
I would make sure I waved the car from that side to our right first because they don't need to overtake us. They go in their normal position. And I'd make sure it's safe to do it and check both ways. And if I needed you to do it, I would tell you doing it under my
Yeah, that's it.
supervision.
That's it. Just takes the pressure off you, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So obviously we didn't have any cars come there, but just handle a manoeuvre exactly like that. And if any cars do come, give them the option. If they don't take the option, then if they're not moving, if their wheels are not moving, our wheels can be moving. Yeah.
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 Okay.
But don't rush me. Yeah.
Yep.
Make sure I do my observations. If they want to go past us, they'll soon let you know they want to go past and they're not willing to wait, yeah?
Yep.
And it's just a matter of just getting me to pause and, stop and let them go.
Yep.
And if they're itching to go, you're better off getting rid of them anyway, yeah?
Okay.
But that was really good. Really good.
Excellent.
All the ingredients were there, yeah? Yeah, just get me covering that brake before I start coming down that camber, yeah? It's not
a huge camber, but
yeah,
it's still...
Yeah, it's not a huge problem, but, for me to play it real, I don't really want to be covering the brake unless you're telling me to do so, yeah?
Yeah.
So as I'm getting off the gas and getting onto the brake, then that's why I'm stopping a bit abruptly.
Yep.
Not a great big problem, because you are giving me the instruction at the end, but it would be a smoother stop if you had me covering the brake and let the camber take me down, yeah?
Yeah.
Because that's all I need is the camber taking me down, but it's important I've got my foot over that brake, because obviously you've got to stop me for that first reference point, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yep.
Right, we'll give that a pause.
Okay.